Hi and welcome to the 6th week of the Find Your 30 Challenge webcast. It's great to have you join us today, as well as the regulars, the gurus of exercise in Wyndham. And I'm talking about Lachie McDowell, James Robertella and Kelly Ferretti. How are you, Loch, and how are you today?
I'm great, Baz. Thanks, guys. Good to be here.
Fantastic. Glad you can join us. James, how are you?
Yeah, up and about, Barry. The sunshine was out on the weekend and earlier this week, so certainly brings a bit of happiness during these times. And I can imagine, Sunday for some probably wasn't as special, but happy Father's Day to everyone out there as well. But we keep on kicking on, so good to be here.
It's amazing how sun brings out positivity, doesn't it? So, yeah, good point. Thanks, mate. Kelly, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks, Barry. Just like James, I'm having a good day today, but certainly have my ups and downs, much like most of us in these sort of unusual times. But, doing well today and happy to be here, happy to have another good chat amongst us. So looking forward to it.
Oh, thanks very much, and looking forward to it as well. So first thing, what I thought we'd do, team, if it's okay, is that we've been talking about what you should do with exercise, but there's a lot of myths out there about exercise and what you should and shouldn't do, and some of it's just blatantly wrong. And I think we might pick up today about a myth or your favourite myth about exercise and what you should or shouldn't do. So I might start with you, Kel, if that's all right. Have you got an exercise myth for us?
I have. I love this one because it comes up a lot around the gym, and people have this thought that doing endless amounts of crunches is going to help them to lose body fat from around their stomach, which is a complete myth, because as we know, it's really, you can't target one specific area when you're trying to lose body fat. That would be the first point I would make. The second point I would say is crunches are definitely not necessarily the best way to strengthen the core. So when you're trying to obviously lose body fat, fat is distributed around your entire body. So you have to essentially lose fat from your entire body through cardio, through strength, through a healthy diet. So certainly crunches, sitting there doing hundreds and hundreds of crunches isn't going to help. If you are, absolutely, they're going to strengthen the core to a degree, but I would certainly look at other things and incorporating them into perhaps a strength-focused workout. So strengthening the other muscles of your body and incorporating core strengthening movements, planks, hovers, upper and lower body abdominal strengthening exercises, as well as the back to strengthen the core. But as I said before, if your goal is to lose body fat, then you have to do it from the entire body, unfortunately.
It's a really good one, Kelly, and yes, that was back decades ago. I can remember that one, and so it's one that persists. James, do you have a favourite myth about exercise?
Yeah, this is a classic one, Barry. The adage that people think doing a lot of cardio is the answer to lose weight. Now, burning up the Ks on the treadmill or the Ks on the stationary bike or whatever it may lead to greater fat loss, weight loss, whatever it may be. I think I put a disclaimer out there that cardio has its importance, and it's really good to ensure you're doing some cardiovascular exercise, obviously to improve your cardiovascular fitness. But strength training is vital to, if your goal is for weight loss, strength training is vital. Not only are you strengthening your musculature or your muscles, increasing your bone density, but you're really preparing your body to gradually increase your intensity over time. And you'll find that if you do an adequate strength training session, you'll actually burn a lot more calories over the period of sort of 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours than you would when you compare that to, say, the equivalent time of running or spending some time on the bike. So when I'm weighing it up, strength training is going to give you I suppose, more calories burned, which at the end of the day is going to lead to increased weight loss. But yeah, the disclaimer is in there that it's important to have a bit of mix of both, I suppose.
It's about balance, isn't it? In life, so much is about balance, and so it's not cardio, it's not weight. It is that mixture of making sure you have both. Fantastic. That's a good one. Thanks, James. Lachie, it's getting a bit hard now. There's two really popular myths. Have you got another one for us?
For sure. No, I really like this question, to be honest. There's plenty of myths out there. Some have sort of just, I don't know, they've been debunked, but some people seem to still believe them for years and years. So really good ones from Cal and James. For myself, I think we get a lot of people coming into the gym and think, I'm going to get straight into some static stretches before exercise. It's just the thing that's been done for so long. They might run a lap at their local sports club and then, get straight into some hamstring stretches for a minute. Yeah, go. But time and time again, research is showing that, if you do a stretch before exercise, you're going to run more slowly, jump less high, lift less weight, and it doesn't actually protect you from injury. So I think a really important warm-up over stretching or static stretching is going to be really important to set you up for that performance. So what we're looking at is a bit of a cardio exercise. So typically you do what you're going to do. So if you're going to be running, you're going to do lift some weights, maybe a rower might be a bit better. A little bit of cardio, ease into some dynamic stretching. So some leg swings, arm swings, keep it pretty light movement. Light stretching's fine, but definitely getting away from that static stretching. It's not doing itself any good. So that's definitely my one, Baz. And I'm sure you've got another good one to follow that.
Oh, thanks, mate. Just on static stretching, back in the day when I did my degree, my phys ed degree, etc., that was what you did. You did probably 5 to 10 minutes of cardio and then 15 to 20 minutes of static stretching. So, and that's just how far the science has come and our knowledge has come, because we now know, and as you said, all the research is now showing. So thanks for that, Locke. It's a great one. I suppose mine is that you've got to work out every day. It's really important that our bodies rest at times. So, I personally try and work out 5 or 6 times a week with the knowledge that, I do get tired and I do need a rest both mentally and physically. So even if it's a rest where if you're lifting lots of weights, perhaps one day you might just go for a walk to get your activity levels up. So really important to build in rest periods there. And any elite athlete will tell you need your rest periods as well as your high intensity periods. So that's mine, that you've got to work out every day. You don't, for sure.
Well,
thanks guys. Thanks, Locke. Yeah, great. And please take note of those myths. And if you've got any questions, just contact us at WinActive, and we'll make sure we'll put you in touch with a fitness coach that'll be able to assist you if you're a little bit confused. The Find Your 30 challenge, Lachie. Last week, it's been fantastic, but tell us what's happening and where we've got to.
No, crazy to think we're in the 6th week. It's absolutely flown. So yeah, very exciting to kick it off. Everyone's been putting in the good work and following along the whole time. So it's really cool to get us through that 6th week. We're going out with a bang. We've got some free live workouts across the weekend. So there'll be 3 classes each day for adults and kids and families all like to get involved and do a bit of a workout all together. So that's what we want to have to really kick off the 6th week and say, hey, you put some good work in. So it's live workouts. We're encouraging people to dress up in their favourite footy colours, costumes, superhero, whatever you got lying around, chuck it on, take a picture. We'd love to see how you went with your workout and with your costume. So yeah, I was really excited to see that finish off, and hope we get a few numbers for this session on the weekend. Details will be on the WinActive Facebook page.
Fantastic. Thanks, Locke. That's great news. And I think we've had over 1,200, am I right there?
Correct. Yeah, ticked over 1,200. So it's exciting to get a lot of the Wyndham community involved. Awesome.
Awesome, and well done. That's a great job. James, the Wyndham champion of women and girls sport. This is really exciting success story that you've got.
Yeah, it is a bit of a tongue twister as well, isn't it, Barry? Saying it, but yes, we've recently, Wyndham City and the Sport and Recreation team, and Camilla from the Sport and Recreation team has led this initiative where we're trying to recognise the those within the community that have had a really positive impact for women and girls within sport in Wyndham. There's 6 different categories that we've gone out there to receive nominations from, and we've been really taken aback by how many nominations have come through. We've had 48 in total, so
Wow.
which is brilliant. So they're male, female, of all ages, ranging from, recognising those volunteers that may have been in a leadership capacity, or those that have sort of gone into clubs and tried to change the culture and open up pathways for women and girls to participate, or recognising performance as well. So all those young and old athletes out there that have reached a certain level of performance, that have been born and bred in Wyndham. So it'll all culminate, and we'll be releasing the nominees next Friday. So Friday the 18th, I think, if my calendar serves me correct. Yeah, Friday the 18th, we've got a special event, 7 o'clock. Everyone is invited. It's our Women and Girls Sport online event. It's free to attend. It'll go for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. We've got some fantastic guests, presentations from the Victoria University, and some professors that have led some research within women and girls sport. And then we're fortunate enough to have the North Melbourne Football Club and a few representatives. We've got Laura Kane, who's the head of football operations for the whole of North Melbourne, and sharing her fantastic background, as well as a couple players from the AFL men's and AFL women's team. So yeah, we're really keen to see and hear from them. And we've also got a little panel of local Wyndham volunteers just sharing their insights around how they've gone about increasing women and girls participation in sport and increasing gender equality within the community. So we look forward to releasing the nominees and recognising their efforts. And yeah, if people are looking to register, we might include the link in below or whatnot. But yeah, jump on, get your popcorn after dinner or whatever it is, your ice cream, and enjoy your Friday night. And join us
quickly. What's the website? What's the website, James? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know off the top of my head. It's our registrations are through Eventbrite, but the best way to go would be to jump on the Wyndham Together website. If you go to the Healthy and Active section, you'll see the event there, and you can follow the links to sign it up. But yeah, we might include the link so you can go direct there later. But yeah, look forward to that evening, Barry.
Fantastic, and that's great news. And I think one of the most exciting things happening at community sport level in the last 5 to 10 years is the increase in women's participation. I just think it's fantastic, and it's the way it should be. That's what we've got to understand, that it is absolutely the way it should be. Enough of that. Kelly, Win Active, what have we got coming up?
Oh, we've got another wonderful week ahead. As Lachie mentioned, this weekend we've got our FY30 classes, which we're really excited about. So a full-on weekend, which is what we don't usually. We usually have 1 session a day in the weekend. So we're looking forward to 3 on a Saturday and 3 on a Sunday. That'll be fantastic. I thought I'd just mention today, I've had a message from one of our members asking if she could pass on our link to our videos to one of her friends who is an Win Active member. And I just wanted to let everyone know, for those that don't know, they're free. They're available to absolutely anyone, whether you're a Win Active member or not. So absolutely feel free to share this with your family, with your friends. So just direct them to our Facebook Win Active page, and they'll be able to access all of our videos. I thought I'd talk about a couple of our regulars this week, and so our Zoom sessions. So by now in sort of lockdown, we're all very used to Zoom. I think where it becomes a bit of a point of difference for us for our workouts or our online sessions, on a Monday night at 6 p.m. we have our Pilates session, and we have Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. we have Zumba. it's really wonderful in this platform of Zoom that the instructor can actually see what you're doing. So Anya takes our Pilates on a Monday night, and she can actually help with your technique, because quite often when you're watching a pre-recorded video, you're going for it, and who knows whether you're doing it correctly. So that's a beautiful thing about Zoom, is that she's there to sort of watch what you're doing as she would be in the class. And she can sort of help and say, because I do the Pilates on Monday, she's saying, oh no, Kelly, down on your back further or whatever. And it's a really great way to feel the interaction between you and the instructor. Same with Zumba. Elise is up there staring at the screen, looking at you and going, yeah, cheering you on. So it's a really great way. And as I said before, a really pointed difference from our recorded and our live classes. So get involved. Again, on the Facebook page, that's where you'll find the link.
Fantastic. Thank you. And it's been an amazing journey since lockdown about our classes, recorded and live classes, and where they're going. And hopefully in the future we'll have more news about even more exciting innovations in that space. So thank you, Kelly, and I know you're driving it, so I really appreciate it. So we've got a few questions. We've got 3 questions, which is fortunate because we've got 3 experts on the panel here. I might start with you, Locke, and it's Ran from Wyndham Vale. And Ran says, I'm unfit, but I want to run a marathon next year. What's the best way to start, and what should I be doing to prepare?
That's awesome. First off, Ran, awesome you're setting that goal. That's it's not easy running a marathon. So taking that step to make a goal and commit to it is awesome, especially if you like running. If you don't, well, it may be that little bit harder, but it's a really good place to start. You are unfit, that's fine, but there's a really good way to just build up into it. So I guess first off, you've made that goal. If you know what date that is, I guess working back from that is a really, really good start. Get some good gear. You're going to need some good shoes. Decide on if you like music or not when you're running. Look at a good location. And make sure you enjoy it, because you're going to be logging a few Ks as you're running, as you know, going up to a marathon. I personally did one last year. I got enough courage to sort of say, yeah, I want that goal. I want to give it a go. And my biggest tip for that is just building up and setting those hours of training, because, like I said, it's going to be potentially 50 kilometers a week plus you're going to be running. So important you have those rest periods in, ease up, like we always say each week. If you can touch base with a coach or a run club, that's really important as well. They'll sort of track you and see how you're going. They can fix your form or help you with some of the training. The speed training is really important. We've got a lot of fitness coaches that specialize in that. So obviously WinActive members, great to get you guys on board there. And I guess lastly, deloading, because you can run all these kilometers, everyone builds up, start with 5 kilometers and you start to get to those 20 plus, it's going to tire the body. So it's really important to have those rest days in, recover the feet, mentally prepare, and then I guess freshen up when you're ready for that race. So good luck, Ran. Please do reach out if you have any more questions, but all the best.
Look, Ran, I think you got some great advice there, not only from a theoretical point of view, but from a practical point of view, because as Locke said, he ran a marathon last year, so it's very fresh in his memory as well. Good luck, and reach out to us here at WinActive if you need any more tips and advice. So James, Jacinta from Hoppers Crossing says, I'm really enjoying the FY30 challenge, but I'm afraid that I'll stop when it finishes. What can I do to keep active?
It's a great question, and I'm sure it's probably something that a lot of other people are thinking about. But the goal of the FY30 challenge was to build up routine, and it sounds like that Jacinta's coming from a pretty good base where she's hopefully been achieving her 5 days of 30 minutes of activity. So what I would say to Jacinta and those out there probably thinking the same thing is, one, just taking a bit of time to reflect on the past 6 weeks. What did you enjoy the most? What are some things that if you had your time again, could you improve or you disliked? And then trying to take your approach to the next phase or the coming weeks. And essentially we've set you up with the ability to go out and achieve your ongoing 5 times 30 minutes a day of exercise. So the one thing to Jacinta is seeing, all right, was it achievable? If it was, then can we sustain it? what are the activities that she enjoyed doing the most, and again, keep scheduling those weeks in. So it might not be week to week now. Maybe it's every 2 or 3 weeks she's writing out her schedule for the next sort of 2 to 3 weeks, pinning it up on the phone or on the fridge, whatever's useful, and trying to complete those and just ticking them off along the way. And in another 6 weeks' times, it might just become habitual, and you've armed yourself up with enough knowledge and enough skills to be able to just go out there with what you're enjoying, and finding a time that suits. But yeah, I think if she's enjoyed the challenge, she's been able to achieve that 5 times 30, then go out and just replicate what you've been doing.
You're exactly right. I think the Find Your 30 challenges, especially this one, has really armed people with the tools to be able to take it forward as well. So, yeah, great stuff. Thank you, James. Much appreciated. And Jacinta, once again, if you want any tips, just contact us here at WinActive, and we'll find someone that can help you. Kelly, so we've got Mohammed from Point Cook. Now, Mohammed says, my son plays representative basketball, but due to COVID-19, hasn't done anything for months now. What does he need to do prior to the tryouts and playing, which he thinks will happen either late this year, or he told me maybe early next year? And I think this really applies to lots of young people who've been playing sport, been active all their lives, and all of a sudden for months now have done nothing. What do people need to be aware of, and what do they need to do?
Yeah, good question, Mohammed. And as you said, Barry, you certainly won't be alone. I would imagine that other teammates and others in the same position and potentially haven't done a lot of exercise over the last few months. Probably the best piece of advice I could give you, not being a basketball player myself, I would just say really ease into it. Be prepared to just take it easy to begin with. Understand that you're not going to be where you were before, and that's okay. It'll be a journey of getting back to where you were. So with that in mind, don't expect to have to do that on your own. I'm assuming you'll have a coach, you'll have teammates. Certainly ask them for support, and perhaps if you speak to your coach and say to them that perhaps you're not where you were with regard to your fitness and your conditioning level, that alone perhaps can, tell the coach that what he can prepare for the training, what he can prepare to put you through when you come back. Do you know what I mean? So I think if you're going to try to go back to your training, go back to exactly where you were, you could potentially injure yourself, and you'll probably feel miserable after your session because you won't be where you were. So absolutely, that'd be the best piece of advice I'd give. Just start slowly, ease into it with regard to your training, your intensity, even the number of sessions that you're doing throughout the week. And speak to your coach and reach out for support.
Good advice. I think it's going to be a challenge for everyone to get back into activity, especially in competitive sport, that's for sure. And what you said, you're not going to be at where you finished. And I think it's very difficult to really get that embedded in the mind and just say, right, it's going to take me a month to 2 months to get back, because we're now into our 7th month of lockdown of some sort. So yeah, it's great advice. Thank you very much, Kelly. Hey, thanks, guys. It's another great Find Your 30 webcast. Any thoughts to leave us with? Has anyone got any words of wisdom or inspiration for us?
I will just say, during this really tough time, reach out to the people close to you, Zoom, phone call, a text message, because whether you need it, you may not need it, but they may need it. So reach out. If you feel like, I spoke to my mum because I wasn't feeling fantastic, and sometimes it's just sharing how you're feeling. It can get you through that day. So reach out for support.
Great advice. Anything else before we wrap up? If not,
well said.
Well
said.
Yeah. I don't have anything advice, but encourage everyone to jump on the Zooms or the Facebook Live workouts, as Locke pointed out. dress up. The Bombers haven't been going this well this year, but I'll join in with my red and black scarf and just have a bit of fun. That's what this weekend's about. I think it's a bit rainy as well from what I can see on the forecast. So even better to jump onto a wonderful Win Active class and let's get a bit of sweat and hard work in.
Good stuff. Hey, look, the only advice I've got is do it your way. Be active, but do it your way. Have fun doing it. You said that, Lach. You've got to have fun, especially in these times. So thank you, Kelly. Thank you, James. Thanks, Lach. Look after yourself. Enjoy this massive weekend we've got coming up with the Find Your 30 Challenge, the live classes. That's really exciting. Take it easy. And we will be back next week for the last Find Your 30 webcast. So we'll see you all next week. Take care. Look after yourself. Look after each other and keep smiling. Bye for now.